Okay, hi. I've decided to do a little unboxing of a new product I've just bought, the JXD S7800b. I had a look online when I was looking to buy one of these, and there's a few on YouTube and a few elsewhere, but not too many, so I thought I'd put one on. I'm quite excited about this. I'm a bit of an old gamer, and you know, the emulation scene, I'm a sort of Apple guy, so the emulation scene is pretty hard to get into on an Apple. You can put the various emulators on a Mac, but on the go gaming through an Android or an Android device is a lot easier than it is through an iPhone device. So looking around, I decided to buy one of these. There's quite a few on the market. I saw there's different pads you can get, but all in all, this one seemed to have the best reviews, had the best feedback. It's not perfect, and hopefully this one won't be broken, because I saw some that were broken when they opened, but we'll see. So I ordered this one from Funstock. I was looking on eBay, but you know, they were a little bit cheaper, but if there was an issue with it, it's more difficult to send it back. So I decided to pay an extra, ended up being extra 15 quid. Bought it from funstock.co.uk, and that's it. So let me open it up and see what we think. I've got it turned over so you can't see my address. I'm sure I don't want anybody knocking on my door complaining about my cruddy review. Let's open that up. And you see, there it is inside the box. Okay, move that out of the way. So we've got the box here, nicely packaged from Funstock. I only ordered this yesterday morning, by the way, so it came literally less than 24 hours. So we've got a user guide. Through reading the things, I have seen a few issues with some of the memory, but I think I can solve those with a bit of firmware fiddling, but I'll mention that briefly when I go through some of the specs. So here we have the box. It's a little bit garish for me, to be honest. Guy jumping out of a screen, but I guess it does the thing. You can see it's the JXD, it's the S7800. On the side you can see all of the items that come with it. Quad core, Android 4.2, I believe that's still the version that's on it. I don't think there's any massive updates to that. There's only the latest versions, but the reality is, I mean, this is not really an Android device per se. It's an on-the-go emulator gaming device. Touchpoint screen, looks good. Dual cameras. All the reviews say the cameras are pretty pants, so don't worry too much about those. But why do you want to take pictures of yourself playing old SNES games? I don't know. 2 analog joysticks on there. Wi-Fi. I hear the Wi-Fi is not great, so you generally need to be in the same room as the router. 3D game, so lots of game emulators, we know this, that's why we bought it. The button mapping looks particularly impressive, especially for Android games that you buy from the Android store, but also for many other games you'll want. And Free Game Center is this happy duck, happy chick thing that comes on the item. So there we go, nice enough box. Chinese that side, Chinese this side, and all the specs on the back. So we've seen those. You can pause it if you want and have a look at what's in there. No different to the website, I'm sure. So open it up. Any tape on it? No. So top lid, get rid of that. Open that up inside. So a protective cover on the top. Maybe that's because some of the complaints about some of the issues when people have received them, but that might help it somewhat. Have a look at all this bump first. So micro USB cable, great. I'm told you should put it on charge for quite some time when you first get them, so I'll do that before I start playing with it, and then once I've had a good fiddle, I'll post a review of my fiddles. Not quite sure what it is. I think it's a USB. Oh yes, it's a USB connector, so you can connect your Xbox 360 peripherals to it, which is handy if you want to do that. Some headphones, I'm sure they're garbage. And the Fable battery. I've heard quite a few things about this battery. Some say that it gets hot, some say that it's garbage. I don't really care, because I'm probably going to chuck it. eBay, you can buy on eBay an already set cable which has this end to it, and USB on the other end, so you can charge it through a USB charger. But I'll use it to charge the device up for now, and I'll order that off eBay. Here we go, that's the charger. Also in the box is instruction manual. Never read one in my life, and I'm not going to start now. There we go. So left in here is the device itself, fully wrapped up. Nothing else in the box. Nope. So let's get rid of the box. So here we've got the device. Very well packed so far. So open it up. There's the device. You can just see me, the screen, and the back of it. Quite a nice feel in the hand. You feel quite nice. Pushes the buttons, they feel quite nice as well. And we've got all the buttons on here. I'll quickly go through those in a second. Flip it over, we've got actually dual triggers. That's good, because I had looked at some other gaming device, a GX5 GPD device, but it looked very bulky on the hands. It used more of a sort of Nintendo 64 style device, but that had 2 triggers on it. So this actually has the 2 triggers. They're just not as you would expect. You'd have to use your 2 fingers like that to use them. So let's pull off the back. There we go. The back has a nice sort of textured feel on the back there, and it's fairly smooth here. As you can see, it's an Android JXD. It's passed some sort of test, so they say. A couple of little hooks on here. I don't know what use they would be. I guess if you were to put some sort of lanyard on, you could if you wanted. It's quite heavy to hang from your neck, to be frank. On the bottom, what have we got? So we've got the micro SD port. There's a reset button. And there's nothing else on this side. And if I flip it over, see if I can get this to focus. I watch these and people can't get them to focus. There I am with the same problems. No. Anyway, so this is the jack for the power. This is the headphone jack. You've got your micro USB, and you've got a HDMI. So obviously the micro USB is to use the cables with that you have, the Xbox 360 cable, etc. HDMI, looks like a mini HDMI that you can use as a TV out. I hear there's no lag specifically, so you can play the games without any lag. Some of them apparently have lag. This one seems to not. You've got the 2 buttons as I mentioned. On the side we have a plus and minus. I'm guessing what we've got here. There we go, that had popped off slightly. It seems okay now. We've got a plus and minus here, which I guess is for brightness, and an on-off button on the side here. So there we go. So, good analogs, D-pad, 4 buttons, 4-way buttons, JXD device. So we've got here 2 other buttons. See if I can find out what they are. Okay, so you've got a home button, as you can see, and you have a button there which is for mapping. So that's your mapping button, as I've seen on the other videos. If we go across to the other side, we have the start button. You can see it's not brilliantly printed on, slightly off center, but this is a 130 quid device, so I'm not quite sure what most people expect. You've got a back button, you've got some sort of menu button there, which I guess is to bring up a menu screen, and then I select. That must be your microphone here, or maybe your speaker, I'm not quite sure. So you can see a microphone. Let's reset. Can't see one specifically, but I don't know. You've got speakers either side. You've got a speaker here and a speaker here. Can't specifically see your microphone port as of the second. There's your pads. These have quite a nice feel to them. Nice stop. You've got a camera there. Again, as I said, I heard the camera's fairly garbage, so don't worry too much about that. This one's got a nice feel as well. Doesn't seem to be broken. Should be able to get you those now. So as you can see, you've got your power, headphones, micro USB, micro or mini HDMI. Don't know. Don't particularly care. Plus and minus. You can see quite well on the screen there the texture of it. That's sort of an anodized grey that you would get. Quite a few cars are that grey, like an anodized colour. The back itself is a slightly darker grey, and there you go. So that's the device. So far I'm quite happy with it, apart from that little clip that had come out on the side, but push that back in fine, so no issues there. I guess I'll have to have a look at some sort of a case when I'm travelling. I travel a reasonable amount, so one of the key things for this is to play games. I've got my Mac obviously, and I can use emulators on there, but this is the reason I bought this, for these buttons here and the ability to play games without having to have keyboards. And the other thing I find is a lot of the newer, a lot of the games, not newer games, well, these games are 20, 30 years old, but a lot of the games, when you're using on your Mac, unless you remap your keys, the movement keys on the right hand side and then your button keys are on the left hand side, which I don't really get on with. I'd much prefer the movement to be on my left thumb and my actions to be on my right thumb, as you would have played the games originally. So, anything else I can say? There's no removable battery by the looks of it, so you couldn't replace the battery per se. And there's no back to come off, so the battery is the battery. What's that say on the bottom there? Just like a model number. I'll quickly power it on to show you what it looks like powered on. But obviously this is not a powering on video. I just wanted to unbox it for now, and I'll have a play with it later. Will it power on? It's not powering on, so it needs charging, so that's fine. So I'm gonna have a charge with it. I'm gonna have a play with it. It comes with a lot of preset emulators and also full access to the Play Store. So a lot of emulators you can pay 50, 60p for, which are apparently very, very good compared to some of the free ones. And I'm quite excited to start playing with this and having a go. So there you go, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a nice look of what this device looks like, how it comes out of the box. As I said, I mean, it doesn't seem to be broken. Some guy had a broken on-off switch, but this one seems fine. Some guy had said that these were turning, that's fine. These buttons are fine. You saw here this was clipped out slightly, but I managed to just pop it back in, and that's fine as well. So there you go. What I'll do is I'm going to have a good play with this. That's the rest of my day sorted, and play with some of the emulators, use some of the ROMs I've got, and see how it all looks. So thanks for that. Hope you enjoyed the little mini unboxing I've done, little first one I've done of this device, which I think probably shows you the excitement I have for it. And I'll try and make another one when I get the ROMs on and get the games running. Particularly excited about the SNES, but also the Neo Geo and the PlayStation 1. So apparently it's very, very good at those. Metal Gear Slug is a game I'm very much looking forward to playing on this device on a Neo Geo emulator. As well as a multitude of PS1 games that I missed out on because I was an Amiga guy, to say it very quietly. So, thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.